Welcome to the Out There channel, Live-200. So we've got a special intro for this episode. And I'll just cue it and I'll see you in a minute. Hopefully it's working alright. Happy birthday! Alien cake. I wonder what it tastes like. I can see Renee dancing to it. Truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth. Mr. Earl Grey. Mr. Mush and Robert. Alien Grey from a Skywatcher. Going down into the studio. We got Vid on. Have to let him out the dungeon. They got you trapped down in the alien base. Hello. Good to be back. I'll be back. I'll just be civil in the comments and don't swear. Not that people like swearing. The older folks anyway that watch the channel. Pause that. I still haven't fixed that bug in it. So, that's too bad. Okay, here we go. It should be desktop now. Although YouTube's about 30 seconds behind, I think. So what's the wife been doing to Vid? It's rare to see a Vid on here. Who else is out there? Did they got sick of waiting for me, I guess. Just type up the welcome message. Plus we got all new audio set up here, so hopefully it's not making any stupid sounds on Google's end. So I have to believe I've got up to 200 live streams now. So if you multiply that by 3 hours, that's a lot of minutes. And I need another, what is it, another about 50,000 minutes, and I get ad view back again. Wherever they give it back to me, I don't know. They're already saying that they're going to delete off channels that don't have ads approved, but if they make the rules so hard to get, that's not very good, is it? So today is Sunday debunks. It's just going to be Sunday debunks today. No UFO stories. I know we're trying to get Shelley to draw drawings of what she saw from last live, and we'll have her on the top corner with better volume, hopefully. So we're going to be looking at the Turkey video again, since it's doing the rounds again. Turkey Aliens, Concorde one. They're quite involved, those ones. And any other nonsense? Any other UFO nonsense? So yeah. Jay, 1980, what's happening today? We're getting people that we haven't seen for months suddenly showing up. Yeah, so it looks like Jay in 1980's been let go by his wife as well. It's good that you guys are joining us, and do hit the like button at some stage, which will help. Looks like we may have got another sub. For some reason Google keeps taking away my subs. So if the person subbed during the intro, wouldn't have made a sound. It only does a little dartsy alien like on the intro. Let's see if it updates here. Let's get an error message. Typical. Problem loading page. Why? Yeah, so we've only got up to triple figures there on BitChute, which is quite good. There we go. Oh yeah, it did update. So Google takes away 3, then I get someone new. I've had someone, I've been trolling secure teams trying to educate people that they should check out my leaker videos, and we still get people think that I'm making it all up, even though they don't check out all the facts. Despite that, secure team has admitted to Mr. Ken, the famous Mr. Ken. I got it here somewhere. My name is...
Yes, my name is Ken.
So hopefully that comes through. So, yeah, he's sort of... I think he might be giving away the UFO stuff soon. He's looking at different projects, by the sounds of it. I always thought he might have different channels out there that he works on that he doesn't tell people. Another alias. But if he had any sets, all the millions that he made from his YouTube channel, he should have bought another business that's offline, because you know how YouTube's going. So, yeah. So yeah, we got this footage coming in from a plane. And of course we can see the sun was just above the wing here. I think Third Phase of the Moon used it. Scott Brando has put it up here, but we'll just go over it. He reckons it's a subSUN, Wikipedia on it. Reflection and window. Which is the obvious one, isn't it? So let's see how it goes. That's pretty loud, I think. Why can't I hear it though? You're hearing the plane engine. So it looks like it's moving above the clouds here. He's trying different angles, which is good, and he's got it on widescreen instead of stupid portrait like most of the UFO submitters seem to do nowadays. Definitely HD quality there. Now, is it reflecting off the clouds there? It's a bit hard to tell if it's outside the plane. It's quite a long video. Seems to be like a strip of light coming down from here, and straight away you think, oh, it's reflecting off the wingtip here. He's already waved his hand in front of it. You can see the other reflections in the window here because it's double glazed, right? It has a glass window on the outside and it has like a perspex. But you can see now it's gone behind the wing. Oh, that's only got louder. So it's got to be outside. You can see the reflection of this bit here in the windows, so it can't be that. So it's an interesting one, but it's a natural phenomenon. Again, it's to do with ice crystals in a layer of air above the clouds, and when the sun shines through it, it reflects some of the light back up to space, or sideways here, different directions, rather than going down. And yes, amazing footage that he caught there. I've never seen it on planes before, but you're lucky to get a passenger side seat nowadays. Okay, so yeah, there was some other post. Is that the same as the sundog? It's similar. Sundogs through crystals as well. Nope, it's a reflection on the glass. We've just been through that because so I also posted some stuff down here. What I thought at first that it was
yeah.
Oh, we got another sub. Has it got a dancing naming on the screen? I didn't see it, but what's it say here? Double glass, basically everything I said to you. I really hate how Twitter layers the comments, but I think maybe the way things are going, that he may have deleted some of my comments, but I don't know. Let's have a look. Oh no, here we go. So I cut that one out, and here you can see it almost looks like it could be a reflection at that stage, but you can see there's some reflections in the glass here. It's not quite straight either, which is interesting. But then, as Scott has pointed out, it goes behind the wing, and you can see the reflection here off the wing at the same time, directly at the camera. Which concludes that it must be subSUN. I thought I had a video as well. Alright, I have to bury down into it. See how you got 3 comments? Twitter, instead of just expanding them all, you got to click into the comment itself to see the more comments. It's just stupid. So here we go. I got another video here of a subSUN as a comparison, and again you can see it's not really much reflecting there, so it can't be that, so it's not a reflection. So I'll just bring that up here. I think it's only about 20 seconds long. I'll just mute it, this one. And you can see this one's a prop plane, not a jet engine this time. But what's different about this one is you can see it reflecting more downwards. It looks like a beam of light coming down on it, onto the clouds. See that? Seems to be reflecting on the clouds, that one. That one is more obvious. It's outside the plane. and it fades, right? So that means it got to the end of the crystals in the air where it's not reflecting anymore. But at the end there, it was starting to show up again. So yeah, so that one's debunked. But yeah, it was good footage. Close that tab. What do we got? Rene, how's Charlie doing? He's a bit sad because it was raining all yesterday and he didn't get a chance to go out. It was like 36 hours of rain here, and Australia needs it because it's on fire at the moment. Yeah, so at least it cooled down. It's pretty cool today instead of it being super like 30 degrees in the bedroom. So you might not hear the fan speed this time. So we're going to talk about this video that Dr. Leir said had 2 aliens in it. So if I zoom in there, you can see it's got it's a bit blurry, and apparently they brightened it and run it through enhancement software, and they're saying that there were 2 aliens there in the middle bit of the strange shape. I don't know what you call it, Cylon from Battlestar Galactica type craft. But what's this strange bit at the end, bottom here, which is kind of strange. See, if it was just black here, it'd make more sense. But yeah, there's various other angles and captured over apparently 2 years, I think it is. And of course there's lots of other videos that were taken in the same period which are not related to this particular one with the aliens, which I've debunked before. Some of them were ship lights, some of them were wind farm lights, some of them were fakes of the moon, some of them were fakes of high mast lights outside. What else was there? The red ones were the wind farm, and there also was some moving bright lights in the sky which was unexplained, but could easily have been a far distant plane. So there was no analysis done at the time of all those videos like normal. No using apps. I don't even know if the app was available back then. It probably wasn't. The apps online are pretty new where you can track flight paths. But you can see here all different angles of the craft and closer ups of the aliens here. Another strange angle here where the entrance is over that side, so it doesn't sort of fit the boomerang shape anymore. What else we got here? That one looks more like a boomerang. 2008, 2007, so they're the 2 years, I guess. 2009, so it must have been over 3 years. Okay. 2007 there, July is it? 2007. So 2009 was the last time that he put up something with this particular thing. So if you go to my videos, probably one of my first videos, I did the Turkish one. What's happening here? Just refresh that. I won't play it, I'll just play the enhanced footage so you can see what I mean. And it fooled me until I've learnt more about video analysis and all the different artifacts you get. So here we go. So I've updated the title and put links in the description and all that. But here's some enhancements on it on this particular episode that I did. I'll just pause it so I can just skim it. I was going to delete it, but I thought, well, just update the description and keep it in the search engine because it's a fairly old video now. So we got some video footage here off the craft, but I also did one with the light in the sky, which clearly proves that it's not a stationary thing over the sea, that they actually did record another one that's flying near a chimney here. A little speck of lights, which could be satellite, could be a plane. But he was saying this thing here was that object flying over their house. Okay, so it's pretty shaky footage, which is kind of means it's really on maximum zoom. But you can see here it's got some funny lines here on the end. Let's see, there it is, you got it in focus then. See, it's got some little ridges here. And it looks like it's got two cutouts this time, and another one over here. Which doesn't it's kind of strange. You could probably explain it away as the UFO had skin that sort of goes transparent and makes these little bays where they can look out. And then they enhance it at the end here. Dr. Leir, mate, I think it was, from South America. So you can see it's quite blurry still. Let's see, does it go on further? So he's taken various frames here from the video and stabilized it to see what parts are moving. And he makes an animated GIF like I do. Hi Richard, how's it going? And there's the animated GIF of it so-called moving. And further on I think stabilizes it a bit more and zooms in. I'm not sure how he got these images here. I thought they were too good to be true from that blurry footage. But what they can do is they can overlay images in the software and it gradually builds up what they believe is the image, but it kind of looks like an alien grey, right? And that one there. Can't scroll up, can I? It's on a web page. So that's the blurry one, I guess, is it? Kind of looks like it's got a mouth, two big eyes. So it fooled most of us out there, right? Now, you had various people saying it's windmill lights. Well, we can discount that straight away. Yeah, it's nothing to do with lights. But that's the other footages out there. And so this guy interprets what he sees here. He reckons another alien behind. Or just come into view there. It all looks very believable. But unfortunately it's not. I was really cut when I found out about it. As well. I was disappointed. So, where do we begin? I think that was to do with something else. Oh yeah, I was talking about lens flare. I was going to cover lens flare. Okay, so let's start off here, I guess. What is a so the key is to find a picture of the guy with a camera. I think I've got one here. Here he is. This is the guy that took it. What's that in his hand? It looks like a cigarette, is it? Okay, so he's using a Canon. He's got a tripod, but he's added on this teleconversion lens from Sony. So it's not the same make. Straight away there's a problem. Because of the optics, they would have matched it to the camera, the Sony camera line, not the Canon. And it just takes a different slightly threads twist on it to be wobbly, you know, slightly out of alignment. And that's no good when you're dealing with lenses, as you know. So So I searched around to see if I could find this particular piece of equipment. So here's a telephoto conversion lens for bridge cameras. So basically it screws on front of an already existing telephoto and gives it another 4 times zoom, 2 times to 4 times zoom. Now this one is 1.7, 2.2, and that's obviously a matched set there. And it talks about the main feature of a subSUN bridge camera is in comparison to the SLR, which is one of the popular cameras out there, the P900, you can get a cheap telephoto lens that is very powerful even on their own. So basically, what is this Canon one he was adding onto? Canon GL1, which is a handy cam. It looks like a handy cam back there. Canon. I'm not sure if I bookmarked that page, but we can type it in. GL1. So it's pretty old technology. And here we go. Go for images. And there you go. You got the handy cam. So it looks like the same one. Get the camera. It's got a mic at the top there. See the mic and the handy cam's this side. So we're starting to piece it together now. So it's got an LCD screen on it there. So there's a Wikipedia on it. Let's see, did I have that up here? I'll catch up in the side comments in a minute. So here it shows a picture of how it adds onto the existing lens. I'll just get it to read out a wee bit of the blurb there while I get a sip of a drink. Hopefully it works. Can't hear it. What's going on? Sometimes we have this when we've got a slow network.
A teleconverter, sometimes called teleextender, is a secondary lens mounted between a camera and a photographic lens which enlarges the central part of an image obtained by the objective lens. A 2x teleconverter for a 35mm camera would enlarge the central 12x 18mm part of an image to the size of 24x 36mm in the standard 35mm film format.
So, that's important. And we've got a side view. Tele side converter, which is another one. A different teleconverter called a tele-side can be mounted on the front of the camera lens rather than between the primary lens and the camera body. So I think maybe that's what he's using. It looks like it's on the front. So I guess the teleconverter is that bit there, and the regular telephoto lens is there. And this voice, so they add it in the front. So I don't own a camera, I don't have a teleconverter and all that. Lots of money, those modern cameras anyway. One day, hopefully. So a lot of people said it was the edge of the internal camera that we're seeing. And the two alien heads are internal workings, reflection of screw heads, or something like that within the notch. So when you got low res, right? Go back to the image. Haven't really got a close-up one of the aliens there. Did I closed it down there? But you can see. Probably bring up the editor. if you get a screw head, let's see, got a edge draw screw. I don't think I got one here. I suppose you could do a cone. So a screw head normally has little bits in the side here. And of course if it's out of focus, and then you apply various algorithms to it, eventually it looks like an alien head, right, with the eyes cut out. Yeah, I know drawing freestyle with a mouse is not really good, but I think maybe it's not screw heads, but maybe having a look at some teleconverters. So I went to search for it. So it just takes, if you can just imagine that all these add-on lenses, which are glass, if one's slightly out of alignment, the light's going to go more to the edge of the camera, and it's going to see, if it's like slightly smaller fitting, it's going to catch the edge of the teleconverter bevel. So if we get a picture of a bevel, here's some examples of, just get that loaded in. Where's the image that I wanted on this one? Don't tell me it's not loaded up. And you can see, I was trying to find the exact one so I could match it up exactly, but unfortunately no one's taken the rear end of it, or a straight look down inside the teleconverter, because there may be a piece inside on the edge that we can't see from the angle on the pictures. Where's the one I wanted though? Let's just reload that again. Let's see. Seems to have gone there for some reason. Don't you hate it when you lose your place like that? But these are converters. What one was I looking for? See, there's one looking inside the lens, but we're looking for anything around the edges, so you have to put it on a slight angle. Now, I think maybe the guy was hoaxing it. Rather than being slight disalignment, I reckon maybe he was holding it up to the lens and filming it. Bevel. What was on this page? I must have clicked off it accidentally when I pasted it. What do we got here? These are bevels, the outside of the camera. And you can see they've got these various notches. Can you see that? Now that one's even got some notches, so it might have been this one I was looking at. You see here it's got inside notches and things sticking out. Little plastic clips. Lock open. So when you turn that dial there, these little plastic things obviously change inside. You can see it's got a slot there with the thing sticking out. But you can see here, this one here, if you took the opposite to this one here with the sticking out bits, that's going to form the same curvature and holes in the side. So I've got another image here, which shows us even more little bits inside. But now you can start to see where the notches are on this one. There's one at the bottom here, and one where it says pieces, I think. Let's have a look. Yep, you can see the 3 bits there. And you can see the little plastic bits sticking down. So I think it might be something like, not screw heads, but something similar to that. And the bits sticking out are maybe, let's see if we get the angle right. So we've got a little notch. And that way. Oh, that'll do. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we got one thing sticking out here. Here I'm going to draw it though. It's tricky drawing these things. So you got one sticking his head out this way, and another one there. And you got a line coming down from him, which looks like it's fairly thick as well. Something like that. And straight away, to me, it looks like something that clips into it. So when you push the lens down from the top here, so if you're connecting the other part of the lens or the tele thing, it's going to have, trust it to be too high up though. Need to make it thinner again. So the lens comes down, clips onto the other part of the thing, and I think there's another part of the thing here that has like another one coming down that clips in between, like another blobby bit that these two expand open. Let's see if I can draw it. So the plastic bit that comes down there, and it's got another circle that sort of pushes those apart, and it clips in, right? Holds it more firm onto the camera. That's what I think it probably is, without having the actual item and smash it open and have a look, or film inside of it to see what's going on. It's hard to be 100% sure, but it's definitely artificial. The image is not actually aliens. So it's probably got little bits on the side here. Why is it not working? Where the two eyes are, where it sort of clips into. So if you go back to that footage, I wonder if it's in the same place. I'm trying to explain it the best I can, because my live stream. Let's see, it's having problems again. Let's see if changing the proxy will help. That's come up now. So here's a close up. Back then I didn't even know how to do a zoom on the video editing software. It's like my fourth video that I made. You reckon it's great, do you? Is that sort of being sarcastic? So, yeah, this other image in between, behind, I just wonder if that's a camera artifact from rolling shutter or something similar to that. Handy cam. I suppose it was digitizing it. So it might be the same screw head, but a ghost image of it. But you can see here where it's got like a skinny neck piece coming down into the side there, and it looks like it's got a skinny bit coming down, and that's what I'm talking about. They sort of spread open and clip. So yeah, as Q Vid said, if you've got a good imagination, and play around with it in software, like this guy obviously did, which he called enhancements, you can start to make aliens appear. You can see here, if that top one, if it had eyes, you can see the black bits seem to be appearing where the bottom of the neck would be for the plastic bit with the round bit on it would be. And if you enhance it, he's made the head bigger, you see. He's made it longer with the eyes further down. So yeah, that's what happens when you want to see things, rather than just following the evidence. But yeah, it's good. It's still good analysis, what he did there. It's possible. You can't rule it out completely, obviously. And it's still, regardless of what I do today, there's still going to be people out there that's not going to believe what I'm telling them. But if you go and Google around, you'll find people now talking about it being the lens. So I think he was holding up one of these in front of the lens. So we'd probably have to take it from one of these images here. And I'll just overlay it. So I'll save that one. Obviously, there was good money in it at the time. Like, yeah, no, there was a lot of press coverage and all that. And of course, where there's money, there's obviously going to be faking. So the guy caught a few stuff in the sky, right? But he wanted a close-up of it. And clearly this wasn't hovering over the sea, because there would be more videos of it, wouldn't there? Even if it's like a little, like a bright light that's sort of angled in the sky. There was no other pictures like that. It was just like lights that seemed to form a curve, like it had light there, light there, light there, and it just happened to form a curve of this thing. So he must have got the idea to fake it. So we saved that one, and we need the picture of the bevel. Whereabouts was it again? That one. I wonder if I can save it. Sometimes it don't allow you to. Unfortunately, it's got writing on the screen, which sort of ruins it. But we'll do what we can do. Draw eyes on his clips. Hope it's not playing the clip. Yeah. So we got the images now. That one. So we load that one first. What? What's going on here? That's the wrong one. That's my thumb. Silly me. Oh. Where is it? That one. Okay, so we got a frame from the video. I'll just scale it up a bit. So there we go, and we probably should move it up a wee bit from that. Oh, what's going on here? Does that move? No, that's drawing a thing. Need that one up there, Paul. Okay. So we can move that one further up. Oh. Leave a hole there. And then we want to deselect. And we want to import the other one. But we should copy the bit that we want from it. So we want that bit in the middle. Let's see if we can get it to line up a bit better. Ah, done it wrong again. Double wrong. Okay. Get back there, paste it to later. Okay, so here we can scale it and sort of so we're gonna have to be filming like the edges there by the looks of it. How are we gonna do this? It's really the wrong bits there though. I think we got the inverse of what we want. We want the other bit that fits inside. You see what I mean? It needs to be the bit that clips into those bits there. So we want the negative, the bit that's inside here that screws on the bevel, that has the other bits going the other direction that clips in. So there's the single post that I was talking about though. So if you can imagine that single post is actually going in between those two. So the bit that fits inside this spreads it apart and clips in. Obviously got various designs out there. So how can we create an inverse of that bit in the middle? We need that white bit, I suppose. Let's see if I can do it. Erase it. That's taking off too much. Let's see. Juice it there. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Alright. It's a bit complicated. Right, let's see if we can do it by hand then. Select, deselect, razor. So we want that bit in the middle. Sort of like that. Let's see how it goes. It looks like I need to erase a bit at the end. Oh, slip of the mouse and you take too much off. This is what you do in Photoshop when you're creating fakes, by the way. You cut it out, cookie cutter. So you can start to see the little bits now that I'm trying to look at, the white bits. And that would be like there. But obviously it would have to be expanded out to really big to fit the curvature. Where's the handles gone? I think you're getting the idea anyway. My handles have disappeared. Crazy software. It's a bit hard to get it in the right spec. Here we go. It's getting closer to the enhancement. It looks more like that one there though. But yeah. And if you're only seeing that top of the part image, because it looks metal, because it is, it's like metallized, metal bit inside with black plastic as we saw in the picture. So if you go back to him holding it, you can see there's the grey bit that we're trying to get. So we're trying to get that bit inside the camera there. You can see it's got that silver grey colour there. So somewhere in there is what we're looking for. I probably spent too long on this now probably, but I think I've proven my point. It's how easy we can be fooled by these things. Now, is it possible that he wasn't sure what he was getting when he over-zoomed it? It's possible. but somehow getting this bit at the bottom here, I'm not sure if about it even managed to get that bit at the bottom there, because it's a funny clip, right? It's sort of clipped off in the images. It's sort of always funny clipped, you know. See, it always seems to be sort of sliced in half. I think it must be all inside the internal camera, with all the reflections and stuff. I'm not sure. I don't think he's holding it up to the camera and filming it, but it's hard to know 100%. So he may have been fooled by it, maybe not, but surely he must have cottoned on that he was getting that, even though he wasn't aiming at the sky, right? So he could be aiming at the floor, and he'd have the floor pattern, or the wall, or whatever, you know. He must have known that it was a fake. So, yeah. I was just trying to resize that even bigger. It's getting closer to the right curvature. So if you cut that in half there, you would see the other inside edge of the bevel. Anyway, I think I'm done on that one. What do you think? Everybody happy with that? Does it make sense now, what we're seeing? What's that saying about poor guy? Poor guy is really having trouble with his eyes. They're not too bad today, but my right eye's a wee bit blurry, and the left one is foggy. So it's not too bad. Hit up on Hangouts after this for a gab. Okay, you're talking to John, I guess. He's nutso, of course. Who's nutso? Renee. Okay. Be civil in comments there, John. I see people is having a thing as usual, showing us how to debunk. Yes, I'm trying to teach you how to think. Same way I do. So you'll eventually go crazy as well. But yeah, I think it needed to be explained better, because no one out there has actually done it. And I've tried to show people with images, but it's better when you do it in an editor like this, because then it makes more sense. Right, they're still not quite the right size there. It still needs to be a bit more bigger, and I've lost some of the size of it. Still bigger again. I don't know if it's getting any bigger. I suppose it is. It's getting there. Almost there. It might be out of shape a wee bit. Can't see the circles. It looks pretty close though. But anyway, I'll move on. I won't need that anymore. I'll just close down the whole thing. So we're done with the Turkey one, so we can start closing it down now. And we get on to the Concorde one. Now, I debunked that skinny bub one before, but still people don't believe it out there. As I showed you on the stats, I did a stats thing. And 38% still believe the footage being real, despite me showing the flaws in it. They still will believe what they want to believe, and the people that believe that one will also believe the Turkish video is aliens as well, and some of the other ones that are out there, which are clear fakes. Unfortunately, I wish anyone that was caught fake hoaxing UFOs get slapped with a wet fish for a month or something, because they just ruin the field completely for us. They annoy me. Yeah, there's quite a lot of tabs on this one, wasn't there? Where did we get to? So, yeah, wait until the rest of the comments that were meant to be on that one. Let's just reload that again. Maybe it's the end of the comment. But you can find it on my Twitter page anyway, some of the stuff. Okay, more technical stuff to go over. For instance, understanding lens flare. So we'll get to that. Alright, some feedback I've got. Debunking secure team. Someone's insulting me there, so I'll just go over those good and bad comments. Alright. I was going to show that at the next live. Robert's actually got one of my hoodies with the logo. So we're going to talk more about that. So I've got a new design now. It's actually got the very cool badge on the back of the hoodie you can get. A large circle with a Black Ops character in it. And it says crew member around the outside. It looks pretty cool. So I have to get one myself. I've got lots of t-shirts that I bought from the store myself. I use for advertising. So yeah, we'll just get back to these ones. Oh, what's that playing? Oh right, yeah, got to do that MUFON case as well. Transistor we're finished with last Sunday stream. So we read that out, so that shouldn't be there anymore. I think what happened is my browser crashed and it brought it back. So what else we got here? Alright, before I get onto the Concorde one, I might have a look at this one. Will Lease apparently submitted it to TheBlackVault. It's meant to be like a TR3b in the sky here. I'll just zoom into it. But when you look at the full uncropped image and unblur it, you can start to see other black bits. See that black bit there? Sort of a little small dot on the screen. And here's another one. So what are they? Random sized blobs. So straight away it gives you a clue that it's probably dirt on the window of the Apollo capsule that they're taking a snapshot through. And that happens to just be a piece of debris that's got sort of electrically stuck on the window from launch time maybe, or micrometeorites that you get impacts, because they've got like 3 or 4 layer glass there, isn't it? Obviously, so it does look kind of like a triangle, but I bet if you put that through analysis, you'll see it's not really sharp edged. It'll have little bits in it. So everybody can do that now, probably. Probably would be better to get the original image though. NASA photo AS09, which means Apollo Space Mission 09. And that would be, what's the rest of the numbers here? 22nd image. Something like that. I thought it might have a year number in it there. When was the Apollo 9 mission launched? 69 it says here. 0308. So he says here the text photograph was found by BlackVault user Will Lease. They have created a large thread. But the problem is, here's the full image, obviously. So where is it? So it's on the side, is it? Can you see it in there? There's a little speck on the window that you would never notice. You can see back in the old days, some of the film slides they used did 4K quite easily. So when it's scanned in, redigitized in current technology, and you get really fine detail, and you can pick up little tiny specks. So if that was a TR3b above the cloud layer, you'd expect also some sort of shadow underneath. Clearly there wasn't one, and it can't be in space, because this would be far down from them. That would have to be high altitude as well, so maybe that's why it doesn't get a shadow. But like I said, it's more likely to be a speck on the thing, because if you look at the full photograph properly, you can see other similar specks. So save that. Let's do a zoom in. So you can't do this in 10 minutes. You can see it takes a lot of time. You could probably do all the thing, put it together into a little 5-minute video, but it's better to show people your process of how you look at things. So I get a few complaints. Who would ever watch a 3-hour live stream? Well, you guys are. Until you go to bed or get bored. But I do multiple topics. So they've been complaining about live streams with Robert, but you can see there's so much information per case, witness statements and all that we go over. You miss all that on 10-minute videos, so you just follow one channel, you're not going to get the full story, and also you're going to get maybe wrong information as well. So it pays to watch multiple channels, even if they're doing like 1.5 hour podcasts. So there's the image. You can see how fine that thing is. It's like stuff we get on MUFON that we have to analyze. Okay, so let's run some filters through it. We can try brightness, which doesn't seem to do much, as you can see. But you can see how it fades until it finally goes. And you can see, obviously, it's got denser bits and brighter bits. See that? How it fades in and out. And the edge gets less defined as we go brighter. So kind of suggests that it's not a TR3b but something else. Space debris, as some people might have said. What's going on here? You're getting that slow down business all of a sudden. You can see it's got multiple blacks in it, which have changed to different colours here, which means not all the same size and colour and depth, I mean. So that means these bits on the end, as we found out by fading the brightness, are less visible. If that was a solid craft, you'd expect more of the blue shape coming through. And you can see here it doesn't really look like a triangle, but if it's on an angle, right, strange angle, travelling through the sky, that's possible. But you can see here the edging kind of looks very whispery, you know. But that's not conclusive enough, you know, to say it's not a craft. I'll just reset that because I went screwy. So let's gradually change some of the cloud cover behind. And you start to see it looks kind of bitty, you know, like you would expect for a piece of debris on the screen of a car window or whatever. In this case, a spaceship. You can play around with it, of course, to make it darker, but then you can start then to see how the software is interpreting the edges. And you can see it's very curvy, you know, curvy bits everywhere. Looks less aerodynamic. So no matter what we do, it doesn't look a hard-edged craft. Now, I think Mick West also detected what I detected, that it's probably dirt on the lens or something like that. But in this case, I think it's dirt on the window of the spaceship. So if a meteorite come in, right, splattered on the window in this direction, and then slid, or it might even have gone on the window during flight even, because there would have been slight gaps in the shield that comes down over the window. So we'll probably have to find a picture of the pilo capsule. Very tip of it. Pilo. That's not how you spell it, Paul. No. So here we got some pictures of the windows. So I guess I got some sort of roll-in shutter. Is that a window there? What are we looking at here? What else we got? Where is he coming out? So could he have come out in a space chute and taken a photograph? It's possible. It could be on the lens of the camera. It could be like a little tiny speck of dirt. And you can see here's one of these windows I'm talking about. Sometimes they film through. And they're pretty thick, multiple layers. Here's another one. That was the one that got caught on fire, was it? Looks pretty sad. And it killed the guys inside, because it's oxygen rich, right? You know, fire likes oxygen. Here's some other pictures. Here we go. Can you see windows in that one? Very top triangle bit, I guess. But yeah, anyway, you get what I mean. So it's either debris on the lens or debris on the outside window. What did I have a post on this? I think he put it up. See if I can find it. I thought I had a picture of what Mick had, but it looks like it's disappeared. I wonder if Scott Brando's got it. Probably not. He's got that one. So he's got it. Whose page was it on? It was on TheBlackVault. So let's see. TheBlackVault. I can't type, can I? Oh, super soon. Too much. So I gotta do this so I can see the fine print. TheBlackVault. TheBlackVault. Why is it not coming up? TheBlackVault. Is that the guy? I should have had it queued up for his black vault, inside the black vault. There he is. No, that's the hashtag for it. There's probably hundreds of pictures there now. Should be in the list somewhere though. Unless he's deleted it. Mick West, if I can look at maybe. He's probably blocked me. Replies. I think you have to be logged in for that. Ah, God. I don't want to be logged in. Let's see, I must have put it on my page. But anyway, Mick has the full image, the long cropped one, and he circles all the other black bits. I sort of did that anyway. So much I post. Was it? I think I posted it on our YouTube group. Not YouTube group, Facebook group. And check out the Facebook group and you can see his post I posted up. So yeah, I'll move on anyway. We sort of looked at it, some of it anyway. Oops. Unfortunately that's his Black Vault page, but I'll post the link to that anyway and you can have a better look yourself. TR3b. So this is very similar to Secure Team's TR3b that he calls a triangle craft in orbit or upper atmosphere, which is just that was later on by the STS crew, which is Space Shuttle missions, when a toll lost its glue and broke off and flew off. It happened to be a triangle shaped piece, so they filmed it and sent it back to NASA, and because it's on the NASA archive and Secure Team and other people, hoaxers out there, picked it up and said here's a picture of a TR3b when it's not. So did I copy that or not? Copy. Can't see where I pasted it. If I did. Right, I didn't finish it off, did I? Duh. Is that going? Was it too damn long? Come on, BlackVault, why you got such a long name here? I really hate this stupid limit on this side chat. Not only if they made it bigger, so you have to reduce the font size, it still doesn't accept long messages. Unknown triangle. Man, that's a long name. Probably can get rid of the last bit though. How many characters are there? I know, still got more at the end. Ridiculous. All that tracking information. Who's looking at my photograph? Okay, it worked that time. Whether it works, I don't know. When you click it, you can find out. Now, moving on to the Concorde. Now, we had a bit of a debate. Scott Brown is an ex-MUFON guy that has his own research group and he goes out and films stuff. And we always have a couple of disagreements over what he claims to be UFOs, and I have other thoughts that it's not. So he posted up this one with bird strikes on plane cones. And yep, and then I talk about the Concorde footage that I remember vaguely, and I said I thought it was CGI. So we need to find that footage. I got it here somewhere. Did I post the link? Probably not. So it's going to be buried in the comments here. Just go down to that one. I actually had the source. Oh, here we go. So I really hate Twitter where it does the tree structures and comments. So this is original footage that's been stabilized. It's been used on a lot of UFO documentaries, a lot of mock documentaries, and I think it was used on that one with James Bond. What's his name? Roger Moore, with the alleged Russian crash, which is actually a fake, well-known fake. Apparently the Jeep in it is too modern for the time period. There's all sorts of errors in it. But again, people still believe that footage, even though it says on that documentary that they took it from, the hoax channels, says at the end that it's not real. So let's just open this up. It's really old footage that the guy has zoomed in with the UFO that apparently comes into frame from top. I'll post a link to it so you can play it yourselves. Concorde UAP. And you can see it's not that sharp of a detail. But straight away we start to see another little blob here, and we've got something where he's sort of zoomed and overlaid it. So that's the end of the tail fin there. So he's somehow using, what is it, Photoshop or something like that to zoom in and play back the video on top. Kind of strange, but doesn't really affect what we're looking at here. So we'll just play it from the beginning. You can see it's on film. You can see all the scratches and black marks and hairs. So how can we be sure that this object's not also one of these artifacts on the film? And is there other white bits that pop up? So you've always got to look further afield on footage. Again, you've got to start and follow the information. I'll play it on slow motion as well. So it comes down. So it was meant to be the first international flight of the Concorde from the UK to America, and they decided to do a promo of the first flight, and using the special new camera. I can't remember what it was called now. Recto something or other. So we probably should up the footage here, but I'm not sure if it really can do 1080p on a live stream, but we'll try it. I don't think it's going to improve it. I don't think it has. Slow it down. And let's play it and look at each. Let's see. It should be one frame every 30 frames a second. 1/4 of that. It's going to be what? Divided by 4. 30 divided by 4 is about 8 seconds, is it? 8, 9, 28. 9 every 9 frames. So just play that and zoom in. And just notice all the other bits on the film that are white as well. Now, does this thing cast a shadow as it comes up to the plane? It's there at the moment, I think. There it is. Does it look like it's casting any shadows on the plane? So here it comes again. See, there was a white streak then. Where did it go to there? It disappeared, right? I didn't see it past the windows there. I think it must have blended in with the white of the plane. But yeah, there's a blobby bit there, white bit there, white bit there. And you can see it's all in the same area of the thing. You'd expect a UFO to be drifting a wee bit, back and forth, back and forth. And it does when it gets up to here, but because he's stabilized, you watch the original footage, you can see they moved the camera to the left, I think it is, when it gets up to here. But because it's been stabilized with focusing on the dot, just replay it again. So why didn't the cameraman see that and zoom in as another red flag? You want to get a closer look at what that is. In fact, it doesn't even look like it moved because it was going up here. Oh, here it is. Went slightly. I think there was a slight camera movement there. But it's going up and down in the same location. So I had a look around at other people, seeing what they thought about it. Because we're looking at old footage here. Because I'm more of a digital camera expert, not vintage film. This is probably 16mm, which is equivalent to 4K, but you can see how blurry it is. Again, it always comes down to not the camera, but the lens of the camera. Without a good lens, you're not going to get crisp detail images like we're used to today. Of course, you can see here at random places we've got a hair scratch, we've got a dark blob there. We've got another streak coming down here, another black bit there. Big blob over here. A little black blob here. Is that a UFO? No. And then we've got something, a UFO up here. But when you add all the streaks together, this one forms a streak that goes up that way. So and we've got a little scratch here, a hair maybe, another UFO suddenly appeared there, another UFO, 3 UFOs. So, how's film work? It's on a roller, right? So it's going downwards, probably going this direction. And what happens if you get a wee bit of dirt, like a piece of cotton, off your clothing? That's actually was dropped into where the film caddy goes. Or is on the roller, right? It picks up the dust on the roller. A lot of these things, like the old reel-to-reel and all that, always had like a dust, what do you call it? Debris collector, where the film rolls over. So if that's a bit of lint on the roller, that breaks off and goes back onto the film, and its electrostatic charge is going to go with the direction and motion of the spinning film. So why does it come down and then go back up? Obviously it's how would you explain it? well, currently it's stuck on the film there, and it gets to a certain point where it loosens off, right, and then suddenly it goes back up again. With the airflow probably off the camera also passing through the rollers. So there's a big scratch then that happens. Then it suddenly loosens off and starts heading in the opposite direction from where it came from. Well, there's a big blob we just saw there. So obviously the cameraman wasn't seeing it in his eyepiece. This is actually going onto the film itself. So we've got a bit of lint there where it's meant to be collecting the light. Obviously it's not. So did I just posted posted a link to the Concorde thing, didn't I? Yep. Okay, so Scott Brown was saying he could see reflection in the window there. I could not see how he could say that in that blurry footage there. You could probably play around with it in editors and sort of maybe create an artifact where it looks like it's reflecting in the window. It's a bit like the other stuff we were talking about before, where you can enhance the screw heads and it kind of looks like an alien again. So I found this guy in South America, a film expert, and he started doing some analysis where the thing travels after stabilizing it, and you can see it's in the same location there all the time. And as you know, when you get scratches on film, it normally goes over multiple frames, and it always creates a scratch coming vertically down. So vintage film scratch. Let's see, have we got one that we can play? Here's some images of frames from. So you get these scratches that are always in the same sort of area, right? It's always the same distance from the side. See these ones are all in the same distance in on the vintage film. Obviously that's where the roller is, right? The edge of the roller where the lints and stuff and scratches happen. Mechanical thing. These other ones are obviously to do with moisture damage and other scratches where they slide across the table or something like that. But yeah, again, here's another one with the scratches. So it's sort of fitting the same old pattern where the vertical line scratches tend to happen. It's always like a certain distance in. Again. Plus you got some other ones here for some reason. Here we go, another one. It's always constant thing in. Another one. I wonder if there's some footage that we can play. Probably not. It's probably copyrighted. But yeah, it looks like a 30-second clip here. So obviously people use this for faking old vintage films as well. Like you get these add-ons for Photoshop, which simulates the same scratches that you tend to get. But let's just open up that guy's site here. I'm not sure it's going to be in English, that's why I copied copied the image. So he's saying disinformation. So we have to translate it. I thought I had a link to translate it for us. John should better read this. What's that Spanish? But he's talking about other videos here too. The Concorde one's down the bottom here. So here's that scratch that he's talking about that you always get on those old film projectors. And probably have to translate it. He goes in quite a bit of detail here. But yeah, this other one in space here, I'm not sure if you remember the footage, that's also on the same movie. I think he's talking about the James Bond one here. Can we see the name of the movie there? Russian UFO, or whatever it's called. Well, this thing here, it looks like a sphere, recorded on NASA again, video, through the space window. There's actually a droplet of water that's come from the exhaust of the rocket. It hasn't frozen, and it runs across the screen here and shoots off pretty much as orbiting. So yeah, he talks about that there as well. And the Concorde one. So how do we translate this? I've got a translator. Google Translate. I suppose I have to Google Translate. I'll post a link to it anyway. Well, I'll post a link to our discussion, maybe. Is it any worth it though? I'll just post a link to his page. Concorde Vid analysis. What are you guys saying? They are a different thing, just film floors. Yep. The light also reflects in the cockpit window. And no, it doesn't. Believe me, I've looked at it. I think what you're seeing, that what Scott's saying and you're saying, is that you're seeing one of those other blobs that suddenly pairs up. So as it's passing, another dust particle appears, so it looks like it's reflecting, and then it disappears as it's moving. So it's just saying, it just happens by pure chance that there's some other white dust particles near the one that you're seeing. So we need to Google Translate. How do we do a web page? How do we get the web page up? Documents, text. I think it normally used to. I think you can only get it on search engine, right? You can normally say translate. It makes it easy. But how do you do it through this process? Can't see a link. Documents. Choose a document. No, don't want to do that. Web page, translate web page, maybe to English. What's it saying here? Go to, which is what I did. In the text box on the left, type in the entire. Alright, so it's misleading then. So they reckon you type it in here. Probably not. Surely not. No. That can't be right. Maybe it's this one he's talking about. I don't know. Right, now it's doing it. We have to click it. There we go. A blog by Hello, whatever his name is. So it looks like that worked. So we figured out that bit. So we're going from there to the English version. So, Voyager and the UFO near the Concorde. The article comes thanks to the kind donations of blah blah blah. The episode of Voyager on Monday, February, dusted off the UFO topic and above all confirmed that certainly myths exist in denial or defeat. I don't try in the exhausting task of examine every single UFO movie presented in an episode, but I point out a couple of pearls that say a lot about how certain transmissions and certain beliefs work. For example, Voyager has once again presented the video of the alleged silver UFO, an apparent metallic structure taken up by the shuttle astronauts in 1984. Video for a lifetime, but Bevel does not seem to know that the alleged alien vehicle is simply a drop of water on the window of the space shuttle that looks silvery because it reflects upside down the distorted planet Earth. The detailed rumbling is in this article, so we won't go there. In fact, the many particles that surround any spaceship phenomenon known since the time of John Glenn's spaceflight, which he described as fireflies almost 50 years ago, the particles come from the discharge of water and urine from the losses of the onboard gases, which become ice crystals. There are also splinters of paint and small metal fragments that come off the vehicle due to meteorite impacts, micrometeorite impacts obviously, and accompany it until the vehicle moves by inertia. They move, and sometimes even abruptly, due to the electrostatic field that surrounds each spacecraft, and because of the action of the jets of the maneuvering engines. They such as well known and established phenomenon that no one happens to us anymore. That's why, I'm not sure what happened there, English translation is a bit wrong. That's why in the video shown by Voyager, the technicians and astronauts have no particular reaction when they see them. Yeah, so if they saw a big UFO passing through, they'd probably try and zoom it and try and track it all the time. And Voyager also shown another timeless classic of cheap ufology, one that does not correct its blunders and continues to repeat the same stories as if nothing had happened. The UFO that flies very close to the Concorde supersonic airliner, and a movie which is, according to Voyager, was resumed in January 1976 over the English country of Wiltshire during an experimental flight, he reckons, of the Concorde. Strange that it is an experimental flight, given that Concorde entered line service on 21st. Right, so it's probably incorrect information then. I think it was a flight between UK and America that I want to do a promo video with, but I do not want to quibble. Below you see frames taken from the video above, which I have drawn a yellow vertical line. What's happened here? Got a pop-up message. And do you see it? The striking UFO, that vague dot that can be seen above and below the plane, towards the front of the wing where I trace the yellow line, all there, a dot that moves. Isn't it a little cheap? I'm not sure what it means by that, but the interesting thing is that the distinctive dot moves incidentally exactly parallel to the side edges of the ceramic film frame as seen using the yellow line. as a reference, we understand that the film that is film because here and in other frames we see fluff and specks of dust that appear and disappear, and Voyager, for what is worth, confirms that is a film. So Voyager is the actual episode. Looking closely at the movie, another interesting fact can be noted, but Voyager confuses the waters by zooming in on a portion of the movie. The shot of the Concorde changes slightly even in the original movie. The nose of the aircraft, which was previously truncated, is framed completely, but the dot does not change its distance from the edge of the frame. Okay. Anyone who's ever had anything to do with film, even as a hobbyist, knows very well what it means to find a dot that moves vertically along an axis exactly parallel to the side edge of the frame. So obviously, that's what I was saying. And attains the same distance from the edge when the frame moves. This means that the dot is a defect in the film, a scratch or a speck of dust, for example, not an object on the scene. The very fact that the cameraman who filmed the scene has not changed the frame to follow such an extraordinary object says a lot. It means that he has not seen it. He didn't see it because he wasn't there. It wasn't there, I think he means. Or the translator has got it wrong. The rest of the episode shows a series of videos that shows they are mysterious but have in fact been ripped off for some time. The UFO above Kremlin, the spiral in the Norwegian sky, it was a discharged Russian missile. The circular UFO above Moscow, a common cloud. So I'm not sure what is in that video, but he's saying it here. Also for the pro UFO parts. Alright, what have we got here? There was also Jaime Musan presented as a journalist when in fact he is, I hate these pop-ups, is an offender of rather a lawyer. What's he saying here? Since he had said that the baby alien captured and killed in Mexico in 2007 was certainly authentic. It was a monkey skin. So as we know, it's a type of small monkey that had been killed and dipped into acid to remove the skin. And of course it has these big eye sockets on it because it's got fairly big eyes, the monkey. He says that the what's that word? Flanders of film objects are a mystery, but it does not take long to understand that they are groups of balloons. So that's something else in the video. So yeah, I think everybody knows pretty much about Jaime Musan's claims, and most of them have been debunked as balloons. Even the humanoid ones, which have been no special character balloons that you can buy. And Israeli footage, Jerusalem UFO was film students that admitted to it, and so on. And balloons, of course, being released. So, some comments there, but it hasn't translated those for some reason. So that's what the expert says, and I agree with him because it makes sense. We got some side chatters here, have we? What have we got? Yeah, try not to swear. As you can see, Google don't like it. Yes, not a lot of people are happy with Secure Team lately because he hasn't been uploading videos, but he has been faking stuff for a long time. Won't be long until we are celebrating 300 live streams. Yeah, probably will be. There's so much to talk about all the time, isn't there? So yeah, maybe we can translate some of the comments. Probably a few people are going to disagree with them. And I don't know anything about the guy. But I certainly agree with his analysis on all those. Sadly, they're part of the 99% stuff that's not a real UFO, sadly. All the good stuff, we know the American government still hide and won't release. Which is a bit of a shame. What's happening? Alright, gone too far. Let's see. Suppose we can be done with that one now. Apart from see if we can find the original Concorde video where it talks about the camera they used. Concorde. I thought I had a link here. Oh, I've gone whacked my microphone. Hopefully it hasn't changed it too much. Concorde UFO video. So I think they're talking about it here, is it? Maybe not. I think they are a expert on a old debunked show on BBC. He said it was a reflection of the sun in the lens. Clearly the guy's wrong. That's why you got to look at it yourself and also see the bulk of what people are saying to get a consensus, really. So why is it not coming up? Debate. Oh, here we go. So which one's a good one? Uploaded by... There's probably lots of copies of it, right? Different qualities. I was trying to find the original BBC one. Don't know if that's it or not. Looks like it's 4.3. Comments turned off. Slow it down a bit. Is that the same one? Yep, there we go. So where's the reflection? I don't know what thing is there. So what's this black bit on the Concorde here? So the windows are running along that strip there. Is that like a painted bit underneath the plane there? If you can see a reflection on that, you're doing pretty good. So there's the blob here. Didn't change anything on that black strip. No reflection there. Yeah, it's too blurry to tell anyway. You can see a scratch here. Does it tell us anything on that one about the camera? No, it doesn't. BBC, maybe. Nope. I was trying to find out what camera it was again, but it doesn't matter, it's out there somewhere. It's called a recto something rather. I suppose it was on a special gyro system to try and stabilize it. So, what does it say 2 watching over there, 4 there? That's kind of strange. Is this locked up here? Something gone wrong? Looks like this counter's gone down, is it? Whenever it does that, the counter's gone down. I have to email the guy again. How stupid. Yeah, it's gone down. Something's happened to it. Oh well, doesn't matter. Lens flare. Okay, we're done with that one now, I hope. Alright, I was going to look at this MUFON case, but is there a lot easier one to look at so far? Alright, so this is some of the comments that I've gotten this week. Low attention span is a problem in ufology. Alright, and of course people get angry when you debunk security. It's sort of like a cult mentality out there, but what's this guy said? Here we go. Not all the videos are 3 hours long, so it must be above here. Movies that are 3 hours long looks like your channel is 3 to 4 hour of pure talking. Get the major facts down to 15 to 20 minutes and make it entertaining. And by no time you will have 2 million subs. No one wants to watch 4-hour YouTube videos. And of course I haven't expanded it there. Oh no, yes I have. I said not all videos are 3 hours. Check my playlists. But that's just a bad excuse. If you think you can cover a UFO case in detail in a 10-minute video, then you are deluded and not really a ufologist. Since YouTube tracks where you got in alive, you can watch 10 minutes per day. So as you know, if you stop, if you click off your browser, YouTube remembers where you last got to in the video. So you can, if you ain't got the time, just watch 30 minutes every so often, right? It's BS. However, you watch Tyler's live stream of 1.5 to 2. What am I saying there? 2 hours. Oh yeah, I'm just saying it's bullshit. They just watches Tyler's 10-minute videos. You'd never learn anything. If you had a class that was 10 minutes long at school, for mathematics, I don't think you'd learn very much at all. Maybe the times table, and that's better. Time to wrap up class, out the door. So I don't know how these people cope in the real world, but if you just want to watch quick sensational videos online for 10 minutes long, you're not going to learn too much. And also here I said there's plenty of photos and videos played in 3 hours. So as I've done today, I've drawn pictures, I've done lots of things. But not all old UFO cases were well documented and had people draw what they saw. So if you follow me and Robert's cases, a lot of the old cases, they didn't even get the people to draw pictures of what they saw or get them on camera and record the interview. Because I guess UFO stuff is always laughed at, right? So the media never bothered to document it, as well as they didn't have MUFON back in those older days. If you can't handle reading out the witness accounts and descriptions of what was seen, beats me why you be in ufology. So I really honed it to that guy there on one of the videos. Close tab. And then, where have I got another copy? Well, I've got 2 copies. I reckon one was something else, probably. So I probably lost something there. Alright, so this was quite interesting too, before I go back to that MUFON one. And I'll keep Robert there for next live. And I'll talk about the Merc store I got and zoom in a bit better. So what researchers keep secret from us? So even many of them are abducted or get visitations. So does it now fit the visit I got? Maybe I'm making an impact in UFO field. Read in the noise, they might actually like that. Of course, I didn't keep mine a secret. So you remember that crazy dream I had where they were sticking a needle in my back and I couldn't work out whether it was real or not. And then I'll read this here, and it's very similar to what I was saying. That a lot of people that are in the UFO field that are making waves get visitations. And as you've heard, that Robert also talked about a alien grey that was walking around his bed that was highlighted through the bathroom window, which is quite interesting as well. And it touched him on the neck and he passed out or something. But like I did, I tried to struggle and I couldn't move. And I lifted up the cover. I had some movement in my arms, and I lifted up the cover and saw the other alien staring at me in the dream. So then I pass out. So why would you pass out in a dream? It doesn't make any sense. And then all you can remember is not much after that. So yeah, it's kind of strange. So here is from a link. Have I got the link? I did have the link. I don't know if I can zoom in and read it. Let's see if I can find the link. It's actually from a new book that Dr. Jacobs has put out with Hastings, but you can read the front line there. Let's see. Probably the wrong one, is it? There we go. 2 well-known figures in ufology, UFOs and nukes researcher Robert Hastings and military whistleblower Dr. Bob Jacobs deluge their long-hidden status as experiencers. Although Hastings' well-respected work involves investigating still classified UFO incursions at American nuclear weapon sites, and Jacobs is best known for participating in one of the key cases. Each has privately endured a number of strange encounters with paranormal UFO-related phenomena. So there you go. So I'll just find the proper link of that. Sounds very similar to my paranormal stuff that I was getting. Here's the link here. I'll just open that. I'll post a link to it. It's their new book, of course. Ellie, how's it going? Or is it Shelley? Shelley, probably. Been watching a while, feeling quite ill. Oh no. I feel ill every morning I get up because I've got a gallbladder that's removed, and I always feel ill in the morning. Fell asleep reading, woke sick. I find that what helps is probiotics, bacteria pills. That definitely gets rid of reflux, so you take a few of those, a couple of those at once. Hello fellows, been watching a while. Oh, you have to play it back. Gee, how's it going? You're still here with us. It's good to see that you're hanging in there. Haven't bored you. So I'll just copy the link here to the side as well. Sundays are more relaxed for me because in the afternoon rather than early in the morning. And I think my Sundays are a bit more fun for me, rather than reading back loads of information about UFO cases. That's more Rob's side of things, historic UFO information. Although, yeah, some of the stuff that he's brought up has been really good. If you've not seen them, there's a lot of connections here that we're starting to see. I'm starting to now be less skeptical, looking at all the different cases and starting to see comparisons to other cases. So, yeah, it pays to go through all the cases, and there's a load out there, so it's probably going to go on for years. Confession, our hidden alien encounters revealed. So they've created this new book, and it's got a big blurb here, so I'll just read it out. It's not that long. Saves me have the struggle reading.
Well-known figures in ufology, UFOs and nukes researcher Robert Hastings and military whistleblower Dr. Bob Jacobs divulged their long-hidden status as experiencers. Although Hastings' well-respected work involves investigating still classified UFO incursions at American nuclear weapons sites, and Jacobs is best known for participating in one of the key cases, each has privately endured a number of strange encounters with paranormal, UFO-related phenomena. Concerned that an open admission of this fact would negatively impact their reputations as reliable sources for military-related UFO information, both remained silent about their sometimes terrifying experiences for decades. Now, however, they believe that they must go public with the truth. Over time, Hastings and Jacobs have focused on securing and publicizing UFO data kept secret by the US Air Force. But when the bizarre and disturbing incidents began to occur years ago, seemingly involving interactions with non-human entities, they were forced to confront the UFO subject on a much more personal level. Apparent abductions, bedroom visitations, and other related events have taken place on an ongoing basis. While the authors do not pretend to understand the situation or the reasons for their involvement in it, they are convinced of the physical reality of their encounters. Just as they have diligently striven to inform the public in the past regarding the extremely sensitive and perhaps ominous nuclear weapons-related UFO incidents, Hastings and Jacobs now feel obligated to divulge the rest of the story. Although the subject of alien abduction is widely considered to be taboo, even among many UFO proponents, in this book the authors nevertheless acquaint the reader with their travels through a very strange and startling landscape. Following the December 16, 2017 expose in the New York Times that revealed the existence of a secret Pentagon UFO study known as the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, AITIP, 3 persons associated with the project have publicly discussed the link between UFOs and nuclear weapons: former U.S. Senator Harry Reid, former program director Luis Elizondo, and physicist Dr. Hal Puth. Consequently, the public now knows that the UFO nukes connection, researched and publicized by Robert Hastings since the 1970s, actually exists and is considered to be a U.S. national security matter. Co-author Dr. Bob Jacobs was involved in the still top-secret Big Shore incident of September 1964, when a UFO was inadvertently captured on motion picture film as it maneuvered near a dummy nuclear warhead in flight, before shooting it downward beams of light. Debunkers have unsuccessfully attempted to discredit this amazing case by misstating the evidence and ignoring the testimony of another former U.S. Air Force officer who confirms that it occurred. This book presents the facts, not only about the Big Shore event, but other documented incidents of UFOs intercepting missiles in flight. But the essence of confession concerns the unexpected and unsought appearance of alien-related phenomena in the author's lives. These encounters with the unknown have been an integral part of Hastings and Jacobs' overall UFO experience, and have perhaps acted as the principal catalyst for their long-standing compulsion to investigate and publicize the reality of UFOs and the entities who operate them.
So we've covered that with Robert on his Saturday show. The slur one we did, in a lot more detail than what's stated there. And also other nuclear events of UFO intrusion. So that's quite interesting there that they've had not only been abducted, but they had visitations where they come into the bedroom and he sees them, obviously. So yeah, they're making a bit of money off this, I guess, of these books. $20 a book. I suppose in time it gets cheaper and cheaper as more people are not interested in it. 316 pages, so that's a lot to talk about visitations. So yeah, it might be a good read. But you can see, this is what I mean about UFO researchers out there, the ones that are getting all the good stuff. They don't share it freely on YouTube like I do. What they do is they put it into a movie or they make a book and they want to make money of it. A few $1 million. And they'll just keep on knocking out different movies and books as they get more research that they keep to themselves. Now, MUFON isn't in the same category, I'm afraid, and we might talk about something else again about MUFON. Apparently, they had a Star Team thing where they had a secret database which wasn't part of the main database, so not all the investigators got to know about it. So yeah, might talk about that again, but keeping stuff secret from us, all the best stuff that could bring disclosure, is not good. Hiding it from us. Now we know Dr. Jacobs has got some good cases there of abductions gone wrong, where a man got embedded into the ceiling when the beam fouled on the UFO. So obviously they have technical problems as well. Does the way it wasn't halfway through the ceiling, else he would have had a board straight through him that would have killed him. But went to the skin, apparently, and ripped open his back and he was rushed off to hospital. I've talked about that case previously in lives. Really interesting case, and I've played a few clips as well, I think. So yeah, why is that not public? And also we got Dr. Leir also did one, Patient 15 I think it's called, not 17, as Corbell did a movie on that one. 15 apparently, where they went to his house and found plastic and wood was magnetized, and also a boat outside, the fiberglass was magnetized, which shouldn't be possible. They could clip magnets onto it and stuff, lift up a knife and fork, disposable fork from the drawer could be attracted to magnet. Apparently it's on film of them doing that, but if you can find it out there, go ahead. That's what I mean, all these great cases are out there that proves that our science can't do that. You can't magnetize carbon in the plastic to be magnetized like that. You could do some tricks where you could tape a permanent magnet dust on the other side, maybe, or embed it inside the plastic. But I think, yeah, the evidence, we played it all. Now, Dr. Leir only presented that to a MUFON presentation, that particular case. It's out there. I don't know if it's called Patient 715 or not. Patient 15. I think it was at a MUFON presentation. I'll say Dr. Leir. But I have covered this before. But we were using Hangouts in here that always used to corrupt the screen and the fonts that you couldn't read. Was that the one there? Got to be a video. Could it be that one? I think it was a fairly old one. It's on telly. Could be this one here. Percent's new statement findings. I think it was that one. It's on YouTube, is it? 41 minutes. Who's doing that? UFO Media. Physical Evidence Research for 43 years. So why isn't this not public domain, all these things, you know? And I think this is the one. I'll just carry on. Let's see, he's got file numbers here. Oh, here we go. This looks like it. Yes, object emitted RF. But it's not patient 15, is it? Here we go. Drawing of magnetic anomalies, right? This is the only information we got online about that whole thing. So I'll just post it down the side here. If you haven't watched it, but it's patient 15. Patient 15. Magnetic plastic. Now we're talking about To the Stars having incredible footage. I reckon these guys have the information to really bring out the media on, and it's not happening. Someone's keeping it locked up in the thing. What they do is they open up a case file, right? But they never close it. And if it's never closed, then it never gets revealed to the public. Same as MUFON, they keep it open forever, so it's never ever released to the public database, where you can search on UFO Stalker or whatever. They keep some hidden from us. So it's listed there as education, but yeah, let's see the drawings. This is how they used to do the old slides instead of doing how we do now with live streams. It's very blurry and out of focus. Terrible, really. So where was he talking about the fork? Non-magnetic evidence. Where's the video for it, you know?
We've got this now. We took out the piece of the wall, and we're going to.
Okay, so he's saying there's an alien print on the wall there as well, but that's not as good as the magnets, the magnet stuff. Two small child fingerprints. Here's the bit about the magnets. Come on. Exterior. Master bedroom, all wall above and below window. Average cargo tree in the backyard. Soil spontaneously combustion, so it catches fire. Hull of fiberglass boat and driveway is magnetic. So he's saying the tree was magnetic as well. Cadillac automobile in the driveway was magnetic. What else we got?
The fiberglass was also highly magnetic, which I don't know how that can happen. There was anomalies also of a Cadillac automobile.
I'm not sure if he's got one about the forks. Utensils, here we go. In the kitchen, drawers including wooden and plastic serving spoons. Magnetic. Should not be possible.
Wall, again, around the windows and confluent areas, which we.
So that's, to me, a smoking gun UFO smoking gun incursion by aliens. Yeah, that should be out in the media. That's way better than anything To the Stars has got, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I thought I'd bring that up, gang. I recapped it a couple of times already, but we got new people that probably haven't heard that. Not that anybody watches my stuff, because it's 3 hours long. How stupid are some people. So you got the link to that one. So I thought that was quite interesting. So that's also on my Twitter page. And there's Rob. So we had a wee bit of a problem with Mick West here. Remember I posted a few comments about Brian. Remember we did a live stream with Robert and he said Dunnan has been done for fraud. Well, Dunnan runs Skeptoids, and has a podcast, and he's like a debunker, just like Mick West. So I posted a comment, why would you have this guy on a show when he's been convicted for computer fraud? And he hasn't replied, right? So here's the pictures of my comment that I posted. That's not available on that video anymore. Why would you have someone that's not only been done for fraud using cookies to steal affiliate commissions, talks about it even on his wiki page, but also has some wild debunk claims. So yeah, he's another guy that ignores witness testimony. But if you go there on his video, the Brian Dunn one he does, you'll see that you won't be able to see my comments there unless he's unbanned me. He's actually banned me, so my comments ghost, which is no better than what Secure Team does. So yeah, we'll just have some links to it here. Let's see. Show thread. Brian Dunn is host of. Okay, so I'll just click that open here. So it talks about more in detail about what crime he did. Brian Dunn, host of Skeptoid podcast, sentenced to 15 months in prison for scamming eBay. So how can you trust someone that you know is doing fraud? Like Secure Team, he's done fraud with his voice. This guy basically talks about using a hidden link. So when someone visited his websites to look up, I suppose, skeptic stuff, or these UFO cases, that he had a banner that was a pixel big, and it loaded in the background on the person's PC and stored a eBay affiliate cookie in background, as though they clicked it, but they didn't. And as it says here on this page, I'll just post a link to the article so you can have a read. Of course, you never hear this on Mick West's show, but it should have been brought up. It should have been a question. If you're being really honest in the field, right? Why is this not fixed still? Looks like the counter's down. His crime involved taking advantage of eBay's affiliate program. So there's going to be a lot of peed off affiliates out there then. It didn't happen too long ago. Brian done it in 13-month span, not really long at all, between 2006 and 2007, made $5.2 million. That's why you can afford to run his podcast and make movies or whatever he's doing, books, because he made lots of money scamming off people. So he did 5 months, and I think he got a $800,000 fine. Whereabouts did it say that? Probably doesn't say here about the fine. But the FBI said he modified the code so it wouldn't put a cookie on someone that lived in California where eBay is located, and it also checked to see whether it had already been visited before. So he had another cookie or something else in the cookie, which kept count of how many times the person visited his website, so it wouldn't double up, and so it wouldn't flag eBay's security systems that there was fraud happening. So yeah, why Mick West likes this guy is beyond me. He asked for a 26-month prison sentence. They got 15. Even if that's a relatively light sentence, it's good to see a white collar crime get punished for once. This is also no shortage of irony in seeing a notable skeptic get taken down by even bigger skeptics who saw through his deceptions. Update, Damon has issued a personal statement. So this guy tries to make a whitewash statement saying that other people were doing the same thing, and they just used him to make example. That pixel ads was a known thing, blah blah blah. Yeah. So he reckons he ran out of funds trying to defend himself. I don't believe that. He made sure that the money he was earning from it was going to other places that wasn't part of his normal income. Liar. So what did it say about the FBI here? I don't want to spend too long on it, but I think it needs to be talked about. So he used a thing called profitmaps.info. I'm not sure what that is. Is that a bit like more detailed maps from Google Earth or whatever? Oh no, it looks like it's some sort of tracking software. Allowed physical location of visitors to a MySpace profile. So even that's probably illegal now, isn't it? You know, tracking, especially after all the NSA stuff. And this was only back in 2014. When was this posted? 2014, you see. Ironic that one of the arguments Mr. Dunn may be expected to make in an effort to avoid prison is that he is sent to prison. He and his family might be forced to sell the house. Although since it's probably multi-million dollar house, although since there is no bank liens, it's unclear exactly who the Dunnans are expecting to force a sell. Mr. Attorney's itinerary has stepdad. Regardless, like the trauma thing discussed earlier, the government would submit that any risk that Mr. Dunnan might have to sell or refinance his home to pay legal fees falls in the category of a self-inflicted wound. They asked for 26. Yeah, we've been through that one. Where's the thing where the FBI were being talked about? Both applications contained code Dunnan had written that operated so that when a user visited the website that had installed the application, the code would cause the user's browser to receive a cookie with KFK's ID, which is the name of the guy, even though the user did not click on a eBay or a link, did not see any content from eBay's website, and did not realize that his or her browser had been redirected to eBay's tracking service. As a result, KFC would be paid if the user subsequently conducted an eBay revenue action within a certain period of time. $5 million? So he must have provided a service there that a lot of MySpace users were using to track people. So, when did NSA stuff come out? Was it around about that time too, 2014? Skeptoid podcast with approximately 179,000 weekly listeners. Crazy, isn't it? I've listened to some of his stuff and it's just absolutely rubbish, you know. A really bad debunker. Anyway. He did one on Tesla. Totally wrong. Only 50% of it was correct. Okay, so we're probably done with that guy. I think there was some other links I had here. His excuse, yeah. Just close that one down. Actually, no, you got the link. Close tab. So we're progressing. Here we go for time, 2.5 hours. Never forget Mr. Ken. The famous video Tyler made and deleted once got found out. So I've actually got a link on my Twitter page to that on BitChute. If you want to go and see the original one that he made, and then I reverse it and you can see it's his voice. But you can even tell it's his voice even with the disguise. He really got caught out on that one big time. So someone posted a comment here which I've added. Bob Jacobs, thank you very much. You convinced me beyond a doubt that Tyler from Security Team is a fraud and a faker. Thank you for opening my eyes. So I get obviously more hate than I do people making comments like that. And then we got this other one. Apparently I'm uneducated, new to me, more qualified than most run YouTube channels. I have 2 science degrees in technology, plus I have some Cisco quals and MS quals. So on. 2 security team fans who just won't wake up. Some are lost causes, but I did get 7 new subs from trolling them. And that's pretty much how I get my subs at the moment. Because Google is suppressing me again. If I stop advertising myself around the place, my traffic views per day drops below 100 every 48 hours. So that's only 50 views a day. So that's pretty bad. You know, I've got over 400 videos up, and a lot of them are really good. You know, I've got the Tesla documentary. I've got my Talsand Brown documentary. It's really highly liked. But it never gets the traffic that they deserve. So here we go, we've got a guy, dude, quit spamming that crap. So they don't even look at information, right? They just don't care. They're just, I don't know, mental or something. 3 hours, your channel is going nowhere. So that's the other guy that I talked about too. I said you can't buy truth, I give it away free. So I said if you actually see my stats, my channel is actually growing. So it has actually been growing slowly, but still not fast enough. Because we need more people watching my streams, don't we? So this is the weekly stuff I deal with, negative comments all the time. Understanding camera lens flare. No thanks. I think I might leave that for next time. Too much technical stuff already. But you've already seen some of it there. So let's have a look at this MUFON case, last of all. Put up by UFO Jane. So I'm the only one that's downvoted that still. Because I wasn't really happy with how she's plugging these MUFON cases without any proper analysis. But go and have a watch of it anyway. She's alright, at least she's trying. She's not as bad as a lot of people out there. She actually replies to me and listens, which is good. I just wanted to learn more and be better at analysing stuff. So UFO Jane, Texas. 2 minutes. Let's see, we'll try and get the MUFON report from it. Often she puts the number up and she's transposed as numbers, so it's often caught me out. So we never find the actual case on the database because she's messed up the numbers. MUFON files she's got here. So it looks like it might be the right number. And she's got weather balloons and party balloons. So she's tried. I'll give her credit for that, but she still thinks it's a UFO. Oh, where's the link that we can copy and paste? That one maybe? See, it only gives us, doesn't give us a link back to the original case, which is stupid. I really hate MUFON database, it's really badly done. Here's a number here. Okay, it saves me having to type it. So if we plug it into UFO Stalker, do search. Transparent orb hovering over Texas. So all we get is a lot of these far away shots of bright things in the sky, right? So it's only got one photograph there, is it? So let's have a look. Maybe it hasn't brought it down properly. It looks like a video. So what's it saying here?
I watched clear balloon looking orb hover for about 5 minutes, in which I videoed and took pics with phone. Went inside to get another witness and it was gone when we returned.
Yeah, so let's have a look at the original video. Probably download it. Okay, so where's the prompt? Right, here we go. How big is it? It's a movie, so it's on an iPhone, which I hate because they don't always play right. Unless you install the iTunes rubbish and codecs. But I like to use VLC, as you see. It's on your screen. Looks like it's coming in right. But I'm trying to drag it. Now I've had to change the audio so it doesn't automatically direct the sound, so I have to send it to device cable. But I don't think I heard anything. Oh, there's something there. How loud is it? I can hear a dog barking. It's very quiet though. So, did we see much in that? There's a little white dot there. Straight away you think weather balloon, don't you? Of those ones. So let's zoom in a bit, watch it. Whoop. Is that birds flying across there I saw? Or was that a smudge on my screen? No, it's probably a smudge on my screen. So we need to play that game. Yep. Keep in the center. Is that birds? That is blackbirds, not on my screen, is it? Bunch of blackbirds there. There was a bug that flew across the screen at the end there. Probably have to slow it down. Bunch of blackbirds going across. Or crows. So I think if we slow it down, I'll just mute it. Is that slow? Looks like it. So where's the birds? Yeah, it's really slow. Is it playing? Oh, here we go. So the birds are coming far away. But there was another second object on here. that zoomed across. Just see if I can see it. There was a bug that flew across diagonally there very quickly. That's close to the lens. And here's another bug here. Little black dots. Looks like a fly or something. I suppose that will disappear quick. Yep, gone. There was going to be another white speck there. What's she saying on her page? Let's see. Not into it. Here it is. So that's the location. Here's the video that we're looking at. Did you see one or two UFOs? Well, we actually saw quite a few UFOs, some of them being bugs and some of them being birds. Okay, so she reckons there's one down here. Okay, it's definitely a little circle there, so let's see if we can see that on the video. But I don't think it's any UFO myself. Let's see, how slow have we got it playing? It should tell us down the bottom. Want it as slow as possible. 33, can we get slower? 25, is it? Yep. I think that's the slowest we can get. Maybe, but that'll be fast enough probably. So let's see if we can see the other dots. Woo! So it should be down here on the right. Was that playing? There it is. Drift on a bit. It's hard to tell that it's playing, but it is. Oh, here you go. You can see the birds coming into frame on the left now. Okay, so whereabouts is the white blob? If you have a look at that little white dot, though, the thing, it has got a tear shape to it. Suggests it's a bloom. Birds passing. So where's the white dot? I don't see it. It's a cloud. There's a bug or bird flying really close. I didn't see any white dots, so was it on another video? Could that be another weather balloon? Or could it be another Mylar balloon that happens to be near it? But why can't we see it on the video? Very strange. Oh, Rene's agreeing. No, J1980. I thought Rene was agreeing with me then. That would be a miracle. He normally would say UFO. Yeah, it's definitely a weather balloon. But I can't see where this other object is that she's picking up. Unless there was more in the database. So let's just double check the main database. So MUFON database down here. What's this? I just hate pop-ups. Search. Oh, Charlie's having a woof. He wants to go to the park. What's going on? Oh, here we go. So there's a lot more stuff here that it's not on UFO Stalker. So that to me is really bad. I should go back and recheck that it's scraped the data properly. So movie. So there are 2 movies, right? So straight away, which one did we get? 40 we got. That's the only one on UFO Stalker. Pretty sure it's only got 1. Because it normally puts thumbnails down here if there's more. See, it's only 1. Misleading us. Okay, so we want to grab the other one. E9. Oh no, it's going to try and load it. Right click, save as. The database here is real rubbish, I reckon. I could write better than this. And I'm not much of a web coder. Okay, so we got some images here as well. Oh, left, right to left this time. Yeah, so where's the object on that one? So I assume she took photographs with his camera, which should be higher quality. So let's save those, because the video is only going to be 1080p. As you can see, it looks like it's got a lot of quality there. So let's just save that. And the other one. Let's have a look. Is it any different? Still can't see the object, the other object. And those 2 snaps, which is a bit unfortunate. Do we need both images? So you can see here straight away, it looks like it's sort of blowing with the wind heading in that direction. And it's sort of got that tear shape. We might save it. Let's put it through the editor. And the video's just finished. Goodo, goodo. We don't need that one anymore. So let's open up. Where's the JPEGs? Movie, JPEG. Let's have a look at that one. Looks like I've got 10 likes, even though it's showing 4 here. Yeah, screwed up. That's why I don't like third-party add-ons. If they don't monitor the websites and someone crashes it or whatever, it makes it useless for us as a tool. It is free though. So I can't see any other object in that picture. Unless it's a cloud. There's a sort of like a see if I can point it out. There seems to be something there, maybe. Looks like another weather balloon or cloud. Could be paste into a new image. Resize. Okay, probably need to zoom it even more. You can already see that it's got sort of crumpled insides like you would get with a weather balloon. That's looking a bit better. It even could be a funny shaped cloud, couldn't it? That's because she went back inside and come back out, right? I would have thought we would have seen maybe something dangling from underneath it. Kind of looks like it could be a cloud. A little ball cloud that you get. And then she went inside and sort of dissolved and come back out and it wasn't there. Let's have a look. What's going on here? It kind of looks like a cloud. I'm not too sure though. Does have a shape there going around. Because a weather balloon's more rounded shape. High altitude has more of a tear shape. So if you look at weather balloons, I might change my opinion on this now. Weather balloon. It's normally that sort of shape. They normally stay pretty constant round, those ones, but you can see this one here definitely has a tear shape to that one. So they're not all equal. That one has a slight sort of curvy bit down there. That one's really pumped up hard. Here's one that's got a little bit underneath dangling down. So we should be able to see something on the picture further down, maybe if it was a balloon, like that one there. So that one's more egg shaped than round, I suppose, because it's got a heavier weight down here, so it's sort of the gases is pulling against the weight, so it stretches the balloon. Here's the one here. What's this one? Weather balloon mystery. Strange looking one. I think that's more of a high altitude one though. I wonder if that's the Google loon balloon they were mucking around with. Another one with payload. And they've got a red one here. I reckon they should paint them red because they stand out then. But maybe they're less environmental friendly. Well, look how big that one is. You can see look, some of them can get quite big. Here's that high altitude one. High altitude has that more tear shape, and it's got the ribs going in to make it stronger. And it's also got the payload there. And here's another one. So there's all sorts of various designs out there, but weather balloons normally like this here. So is it a weather balloon? I have my doubts. Why is it not opening up? Something going on. So can we see any dangly bit on it? I'll just save that one. You can see here that it's not perfectly round and it's got bits going inside, which It'd have to be a really slack weather balloon to be that sort of flabby, if you know what I mean. So I reckon it's a cloud. That's sort of just hanging there. Because I don't think there's much breeze there, is there? Because you can see the birds flying, and they didn't seem to have much resistance. Let's zoom closer to it, going that way. You should be able to see the dangly bit. We've lost a few viewers, have we? So I can't see any dangly bit there. I'd expect a little white speck further down. Sorry, and it's a cloud. So let's check out the other video. I think there was another picture too. Let's see. That one. Okay, what have we got here? Looks the same. Doesn't look like it's changed much. If you look at the white cloud there, it's the whitest bit on the left here sort of matches that being a little tiny speck of cloud. And you can see how bright it is down there too. Let's have a look at the other video, maybe get some more clues. So which one was it? 39. Oh, let's put it on the other screen. Okay, here we go. We've got some sound effects. It's not too windy because you know how bad smartphones. So there's another person that doesn't know how to film on camera. You don't do portraits. It lowers the quality. Now let's see if we can zoom in a bit. Is it cloud or is it a balloon? It does seem to be moving like a balloon there though on this one. But is that the second object or the first object? Maybe it exploded. When she was taking the pictures, maybe it ruptured. Maybe that's why it was baggy. It could be another possibility. And that's why it disappeared. It certainly come down to the ground, where they pick up the information from the package at the bottom. But I would expect to see a payload on that. So the other possibility is it's just a white helium balloon that you can buy. So now we're going backwards again. That one does look like a solid thing. I don't think a cloud would move that way. So we're looking at a white helium wedding balloon, and that would make more sense if there's another object there, because normally you get multiple of them floating around. Let's see, images. So you normally get here's one that looks very similar to, guess what, a weather balloon, and here's a whole bunch of them there. But you can see they're quite tight, the wedding balloon ones as well. Unless it's ruptured in the other video, because this one looks more round. So let's just play that again. That one looks more solid to the other video that we're looking at. Can't see a payload on it. No, I'm just trying to zoom in, but this zoom is not perfect. No, it's definitely not a cloud at that stage. So it's got to be... That would make sense. If it had a hole that ruptured, right, it's going to leak the gases from inside, and it's going to make that sort of fuzzy edge that we're seeing. Because it looks like it's below the cloud layer there. Just saw some bugs on that. Okay, let me see the other balloon though. I still don't see it. So we have to find out exactly where it shows up. So let's go back to here. So could it have ruptured and it's leaking out some gas? Well, possible, because that's where you get the hazy outline on it. So it looks like it's definitely, if it's a balloon, something's happened to it. It's definitely got some sort of gassy outside on it there. Oop. Super soon. So don't know if we can take a snap from the video rather than use her ones, because it may be a bit suspect. So we'll just take it straight from the video. What we have to do to really figure out this stuff. So let's play it slower. It's certainly not moving like a UFO, right? So it's not doing anything crazy in the sky. So look, it's just drifting. Slight air breeze that we can hear on the mic. Oh, we can really drop down the speed there, I think. What did it say? Come on. What's it say there? 0.06. Oh, way too slow. 0.12. 0.25. Stick with that one. Yeah, it's starting to play. Okay guys, see if we can spot the other balloon as well. See, that looked more balloon shaped there when she zoomed in. A tear shape. Come on, zoom in. So where's this other balloon? I should probably mute that sound, it's quite annoying, isn't it? So that looks like a cloud speck there on the bottom left. No, it definitely looks like a balloon, doesn't it? Drifting in the air current. Still can't see this other one she's captured. Might be coming up now. Is that something in the clouds we can see covered, maybe? Looks like it ruptured there. See how it changed shape? So this must be the start of it, and the other one is the second video. Doesn't look like it did rupture there. It looks like maybe it was just a camera artifact as she moved. Okay, it's going over the cloud now. Although it looks like it lost altitude though. It's losing altitude. Could be ruptured, you know. But normally they go boom, you know, they keep tearing. Maybe they didn't seal the bottom of it properly. And it's leaking, going flabby. Still haven't seen the other one. Not too exciting, is it? Especially when you play it in slow motion. Up, up and away. Should play the balloon music. My beautiful balloon. Where's the other balloon though? Oh, we saw some bugs fly again. They were probably more interesting. Yeah. Still can't see any other white object near it. There's a puffy looking cloud there that's sort of forming a ball shape. Oh, out of focus. Well, we played that one fully too and didn't see it. So let's take a snapshot anyway. What's a good place to get it though? Oh, there with the blue sky. So we want to go back a wee bit, is it? Oh, there we go. Snap that one. Is it done it? Yep. Okay, where is it? VLC snap. Let's put it around the wrong direction. Why does it do that? I don't know. It's something to do with Apple. Windows and Apple don't get on. Flip vertically. No, wrong one. I always get that wrong. Vertically, horizontally. No. So I go the wrong way again. Flip 90, is it? Rotate. This is what I meant. Oh, I don't want flip, do I? Need to rotate. Rotate clockwise. There we go. Oh, I tell you, I must be getting brain fade out. Yeah, so let's grab a big chunk of it here to start with. I don't think there's anything near it. Kind of looks a wee bit transparent. Still, and there's no white blob down here. Oh, 80. Still looks pretty bad though, doesn't it? Yeah, but it looks more like a balloon shape now. I've got the round bit going on here. Whether it's a wind balloon or high altitude balloon, I don't know, because we couldn't see any attachment to it. It definitely looks more like a balloon there than a cloud. It hasn't got that sort of smoky stuff as much. You can see the reflection of the sun there off it. It's definitely got the oval shape going on. Sun's hitting it from this angle. What we can say is some kind of balloon. Yeah. But yeah, I just can't find the other image of another balloon that she had. Does he state what time it is at? So is that right at the tip of that cloud there, apparently? Oh, it's got horrible music on it. It's definitely moved. Did anyone see that on the side chat at all? I didn't actually see that. Which video is she using though? Not featured in video. Video footage submitted, but not featured in video. What's that mean? Featured in video. Music too crazy? Definitely is. Party balloons. Not featured in video. What the hell does that mean? My video to a picture. Let's see what it says here. Oh. Save as. What come up with? It's not doing anything. Alright. E9, we already got that one. Let's put a 1 on the end. Okay. Featured in video. Save link as. And that's the 41. So maybe it's in the first one after all, but we didn't actually see it, did we? Now let's go back to it again. I can't see the cloud pattern that she's pointing out though. That. What are we looking at? Doesn't look the same, does it? And it doesn't change much on that one. Where's it gone to there? It's gone to the cloud layer here. Don't think it's this one. So let's get the other one up. But we have to wrap up in a minute anyway. Here we go in 3 hours 10 minutes. Ooh. Well, it was on the 40 one, wasn't it? 40. Movie? Why can't I see the other movie? Oh, here it is. Let's play that one again. Oh, yeah, so. I think it's on this one. I think that's the same cloud. Okay, let's have a look. Same cloud, probably bit in the corner. So there should be 2 balloons. So let's play this again and see if we can see the birds. 25. 50. So yes, so if we do 2 more, should slow it right down. Play. And let's zoom in. Is it playing? Okay. So it should be down near the cloud at the bottom there. Here comes the birds. So where's this other balloon? I'm not seeing it. Bug? Or bird? Ah, guys, did you see anything there? Because I didn't see any other white speck. I'm not sure how she got that. What? Doesn't make any sense. Birds fly by. There's the UFO. No, that's got to be on this video. Play again. There it is here. Just as the birds fly by, which we see. So she's saying the second one's possibly a UFO. Maybe it travels so fast that you don't see it. And she might be actually onto something, if that's the case. Bug. Couldn't be that, I don't think, that she's seeing. Can we slow it down even more? 0.6. Can't get much slower than that. Oh, here it is. There it is. See it? We had to slow it right down. There's something closer to the camera. Now we're onto it. Now we're cooking. We can't slow it down much slower than that. Stop. She's zooming in. I think it's playing. There it is. Seemed to come out of nowhere, which means it's probably something closer to the camera. So what is it? A bug? Certainly changing the shape there, wasn't it? It's the sort of thing where you need to zoom and analyze it slow motion. So, where does it appear? First of all, there it is. So it comes from the bottom and headed into frame there, which is It's got to be another balloon, but a smaller one. Lower down, and the faster airstream there. So let's get a snap of that. But I really should wrap up. Spend ages on this. That one there. Rotate. So we've got two objects there. So it come up from below the rooftop here, so it went straight up here in that direction. So it's something closer to the camera, probably in faster air currents. So probably someone released a balloon from a wedding party, and this is just another one that's escaped. I think that's what it is. Let's close that down. Sorry guys, I haven't been paying attention to you. Keep it going. Searching for interest in aliens, also studying the ancient architecture of giant stones were carved and placed to create structures. I've done a few lives on that. On the topics of clouds, the Southern Alps have also shaped cloud formations. Yeah, we do get some strange ones. Captured weather balloons seem to be more likely. I don't know, I think if I'm a wedding party myself, Texas has a lot of events like that. Obviously it's a religious state, so more people get married, right? So they've got a lot of functions, and they have fire balloons and all sorts of lead balloons. But obviously this is a daytime wedding. And it looks very similar to weather balloons. Did I not get it in that frame? Pull. How could you missed it? Okay, let's try again. Where is it? Oh, it's further down. So, yeah. There it is. You can see it's a lot smaller. Because they do have different size wedding balloons, as you know. Go back to it. You got the big round ones, but you also got the little tiny ones, these ones here. And we've got ones that's shaped like doves, is it? There. Look at that. Shaped like strange shaped birds. And you can see these ones have got crinkly edges too. Well, that could explain the crinkly edges, right? And if you see this one on the side, and it's not the bigger one, that would explain why it's crinkly. So not all of them are like latex smooth balloons. They're actually this crinkly type plastic they're using. Mylar probably. But yeah, they've got all sorts of types of balloons they have at weddings. There's the two round ones. But I think we're onto it now. So let's grab that one. Yeah, my stats are wrong down here still. It died midway in the stream. We got 11 likes at the moment and 3 watching. Now that's pretty good for me, I suppose. Paste into a new image. Resize. Now there you go. That one looks more balloon shaped, doesn't it? That's got definitely the tear shape going on. There you go. You can actually see the attachment on this one because it's closer to the camera. You can see here all this around the outside is the reflection of light is creating the artifact. that we're seeing. And looks like it's a balloon here inside the thing. So that one sort of makes more sense. That filter in. So we can see here it's got the same sort of reflectiveness inside. And the rest of this is just shimmering through ice crystals. So I always forget about that. That we're going through atmospherics here, and this is why it has this sort of fuzzy edge on it. So it's not actually leaking gas. It's actually through the atmosphere, and it's not actually due to the cloud at all. It's due to water vapor crystals in the air, which sort of deforms the image a wee bit. But that does look like it may be crinkly because the way it's reflecting on that one. Well, this one looks more smooth. You see, it's got more smooth edges to it. Definitely looks like one of these wedding balloons, right? But yeah, I think I might just leave it there, guys. I think we've just slashed that one to death. We could take another frame from this if you wanted to, but I think it's pointless. So I'm just going to wrap up now because I've been told dinner's going to be ready soon. So, yeah, just close that down. So it was better getting the images from the video itself than using her ones. That way we're sure that what we're getting is actually from the best quality of the video. Because we don't know if she actually took it with a camera, unless we look at the exit F data. So if we choose her one again, we'll just check that. And see if it's got any exit F data. Open with nope, send to. Press send to. Send to. Wait button. Okay, let's have a look. It's all blank, is it? I don't know. Rotated. It's got no camera model. So how did she make the image? I don't know. So that's the problem half the time. She's probably taken it from the video itself. So yeah, it was good that we took it from the video itself ourselves. All. So it should have a model make of the phones. Although it does say it's 12 megapixels here. Which means it should be like on the camera, not 1080p on the video. What was the video? Of course, it could be one of these 4K videos as well. Video. Oh, actually, we can use that, can't we? Video. What's it say here? It's definitely got a lot more information here. Core media data handler, Apple. It's only 720p. So that was taken on a camera, but why has it not got the model number and information? That one might have. Was that one of hers though? File, must be, yep. So one doesn't. Oh, hang on. Maybe the program was playing up. Yeah, why is it not saying model number there though? Tell us what camera it is. Maybe the program's not reading the new format properly. Maybe that's it. Model number has disappeared for some reason. Workspace. Model number not there though. No, it's got no model number there. Quite strange. Anyway, looks like a legit photo though. It's 12 megapixel. But it wasn't the best one, obviously. Oh, bit of wrap up there. So we didn't really cover everything. Is it time consuming? But I'm just going to have to wrap up now because I've got a dash. It's been fun. Hope you enjoyed what I did here today. And say good night and all that business. And try my end credits here. So this is my 200 live stream. So on to the next 100. Thanks for liking and sharing, guys, and I'll see you again next Saturday and Sunday. Good night, Jamal, or Jay, 1980. It's good to see you again. Oh, we've got more people coming on now. Good night, everybody. Give Google an hour to process it, and then it'll play smoothly. And then you can skim it.